I may have AFK'd too long. I think there's 60-ish villagers right here. They can't even get in anymore. So, this thing's working great. Why, hey there, guys. How's it going? Sloppy here, playing some more of the Minecrafter. These guys bouncing around like crazy people. They have just been breeding so heavily. You guys saw a little bit of that in that clip before. Since that time, I've AFK'd exactly 3 hours. I counted it out with a clock. It's not as many as I thought there would be, but it's not bad. It's not bad, yes. I found some pretty good librarians, I must say. These are all the things I've gotten from trading. Couple bookshelves. Do want to set up an enchanting area. Feather falling 3. Feather falling 4 is what I want. But I found feather falling 3 for, I think, 10 emeralds. Which is not bad. I also got a guy who has efficiency 3 silk touch. Not terrible. And I'm breaking 2 efficiency 2, which isn't bad when you consider if you got 2 of those and sort of put them together, it wouldn't be a terrible pickaxe. But yeah, I did want to put this thing, feather falling on my boots. I've been meaning to do that for a while. But anyway, that's one of the villagers that we have in our little mountain of villagers, which we should really do something with, which maybe we want to look at today. I'm not sure what I want to do today, if I'm honest. I sort of was playing around with the villagers a bit, and they're fine. They're good. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I've never seen that happen. So he would have walked off onto that. Wonder if he grows up, if he gets, like, pushed in. Maybe. Like, as soon as he grows up, he would fall in. Interesting, though. I wanted to go up to here because, I don't know, get the aerial view. But yeah, I also found a guy who has sharpness 5, which was pretty cool. So I threw that on my diamond axe, because that's basically what I use instead of carrying around a sword. I don't really see a reason to carry a sword for the most part. I don't know. I like looting and stuff, but in terms of just my everyday carry stuff, I usually just carry an axe and hit people with that. So sharpness 5 is pretty cool. It was about 40 emeralds, so a little pricey, but not terrible. Anyway, the overhead view of this place tells sort of a sad story. It's very empty. We're putting in buildings as we build them, which is fine, which is good. But I do want to perhaps get started on a bit of a wall design, because I don't want a cobblestone wall being the border. I do want to try a little bit of a wall design. So we'll probably try it in this stretch right here, because this is probably the only stretch that isn't subject to be moved. So if we look right here, we've got this cobblestone wall. Every other cobblestone wall, we may adjust where they are based on how the village comes together. I decided to keep it very organic, you know? The buildings will go where they go. If we need to adjust the walls, we will. But this one's kind of firm, because I think the river there is like a good exit. I put this in the corner purposely, so we may try and get a wall design down. The other thing is the portal. I kind of want a place for the portal to be. So lots to do. Maybe not a farm today. I don't know. We did the cow farm last time, which is working great. The good news is it doesn't look like anything's spawning inside of the walls. I'm also not sure why. Phantoms. Oh, okay. It sort of seems like, look at them. Look at them being gross. It sort of seems like it's light out. And I'm not sure. I don't have any effects. Not sure why it seems like it's light out, but anyway, I will get started on something. I think I got something I kind of like. I kind of like it. I think there's some work that could be done with it. I think right now it's pretty plain. It's pretty plain. I'm thinking well, it's a wall. I don't want it to be too... I don't think it should be too interesting in general. I like that there's multiple textures in it, and I think one thing that'll break it up is having, like, where the doorways are going to be, because I think those are going to be a little bit different. But, one of the big things I wanted to do with it is to be able to, like, walk around on it. I really like towers that you can walk around on. So I kind of like the idea of being able to, like, walk around this whole place on the wall, and then, you know, I think that's cool. But yeah, it's okay. I think, well, this was the original size of it, by the way. There was a 2-wide gap between the different things, but I stretched that out to be a 5-wide gap between where the fences are. I like keeping with the acacia, and I like the gray, actually. I think that goes really well with both the wood and the orange, and it just sort of keeps everything together. I think these would look good across everything. The change in heights is going to be difficult. I think what I'm going to do is stretch this out to sort of over here. I need more stone bricks, but I think this guy, wherever I'm looking, he seems to walk in front of, and I'm not sure why, but he just loves walking in front of wherever I'm looking, and now he's going to play coy. She's going to play coy. Whatever. But yeah, I'm going to stretch this out, see how it looks sort of probably just across this area. Maybe get your guys' feedback, but I don't mind it, actually. You know, seeing it stretched out, whoops. I do like it. I try to do some sort of doorway. I'm not sure I dig that. I think it might have to be the full width of the distance between. I think that would be kind of cooler. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this wall design, mostly because going down these slopes I think is going to be really tricky. I think what I might do is bring this all up to, like, the level... do I not have any? I have some. I think I might bring this up to, like, this level. Then it wouldn't be as drastic. But yeah, that's going to be the tricky part. I think I'm going to do that anyway, just to keep it a little bit more... You know, that's kind of a steep hill. But it just doesn't look very good sort of going over those distances. So I think I might have to do something slightly different there. And, you know, maybe that's something like building some sort of little watchtower, or like try and put a build right in front of that part of the wall. That could be something. I mean, that would be kind of a cheap way to do it, but just put a building, sort of a bigger building just right there, just so it's not, you know, as visible. But there is some terraforming to do in this area, for sure, and I will get to it. But one of my big issues right now, other than sort of the lack of blocks, is that I don't really have anywhere to smelt super easily. Right now I have 3 furnaces in my storage room. And part of the reason I chose this area, you know, there was the village, and that's cool. Those guys are loud. But it's also because there was water. And with water, you can do kelp. And, you know, so I kind of want to set up some sort of build near the water that we can get some sort of furnace array going in. Hello, spider. And I think it's going to be sort of right in that area. I do want to do something kind of cool with the water, but I definitely want some sort of smelting area over there. And I think we might get started on that today. I don't know if we'll finish it, but I definitely want to get something in that I can actually get some smelting going, because that'll be good. I'm going to terraform this area quite a bit, because right now it's got this sort of bay, which is neat, but I don't particularly like it. I'd kind of prefer it just go kind of just right into this deep ocean. So yeah, we're going to play with this a little bit. But this is the before. This is the before, and here is the after. No, I'm not that good at transitions. Boy, oh boy, check out this guy. Isn't he cool? Is he actually coming for me? He seems to only come for me when I'm in the water. Then he puts his arms up and freaks out. Cool new mob. Cool, cool, cool. I've done some work, as you can see. Filled in a lot of stuff. There is some awkward... I'm not sure exactly where I want sand to start and where I want grass to continue. So there's a bit of that. But over here, I do want sort of a big operation for smelting. We're going to try and make it look kind of like a big warehouse like you'd have next to a docks area. So this is going to be sort of a little bit of a different vibe from the rest of the town. You can see I went with spruce. We're going to do a big sort of dock area. This looks kind of weird, but we're going to do a big like dock area. I do not like where it is right now. I think I'm going to have it come over a little bit more. But we're going to do a big dock area, and then, you know, the smelting will sort of, we're going to try and make it look like it's a bit of a warehouse type thing. But I kind of want to get this area done. I wish I had wings or something where I could see it from a distance. But I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool if we can do it. I don't know if I actually have the building skills to make it look good. Whoa, 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 whoa. But either way, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. It's going to be quite a large dock. And yeah, I don't have much more to say right now. I'm just, I'm going to move this over one, so it's going to be sort of one segment longer this direction. It should look good, though. I really like these spruce. I really like spruce planks. I like the texture of them. So that's what we're going to use for this area. Which is a bit of a difference. I did want a little bit of, like, sort of... We are going to use the orange and the acacia, but I did want something that looks slightly different. You know, I did want sort of a different color scheme and whatnot. But we're going to try and blend them together naturally. I think the grays are going to be very similar in all areas, just because those are really nice. Also, the wall looks quite good from a distance. I really like that it's gray with just little pops of orange as opposed to these, which are mostly orange. I really like the way it looks from a distance, so that's good. I do... yeah, no, I do really like it. The entrance looks a little bit awkward, but I think it looks really good from a distance. Either way, today is apparently the day of the terraforms, so I'm just going to keep going with that. I got up here to check it out. We're probably going to do something with that, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just have a wall right there. But I like the way this is coming together. I really do. I do think we need some stuff in the area, though. This is a big, big area. Big, big area. So that's going to be interesting to deal with because, yeah, I think we might need to make some sort of like elevation type change here because it's a very large area. So we might need to do something with like some sort of elevation change. But we've got a pretty big dock in. I think it'll look a lot better once there's stuff around it because right now it's very just sort of out and it's open. So I think what I'm going to do is start to set up this smeltery area. And one of the big things with it is I'm not entirely sure how big I want it. Because really, I don't think there's anything that I need to be smelted that fast. You know, I don't think I need 32 furnaces. Oh. Okay. I don't think I need 32 furnaces. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Sometimes when you jump into bed, it thinks you're creative flying. I don't know. I was confused the first time that happened, but yeah, I don't think it needs to be enormous. I think we'd be good with 16 furnaces. So I'm going to try and get those set up first, and then, you know, I kind of want to get it working, and then we'll build a warehouse around it. But that'll be in this space here, so it'll kind of be against everything, sort of against this mountain. It's probably going to be pretty significant sized. It's going to be more of a decorative building than anything else. I imagine the smeltery will set up, like, I imagine it'll be kind of a small part of it in general. But yeah, we're going to do that now. Cool. So I got a little loader. I didn't put much effort into designing it. It's just taking a reading off of this hopper, which would go into the minecart. When this hopper's empty, blah, 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 stuff will go. When it's not empty, blah, 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 stuff will stay. Really easy. I only did one side. I didn't, well, I actually have probably way more than enough iron, but I just decided to do one side just to sort of test out what this will look like. I decided we'll just use this as though it'll be part of the build. But, yeah. I think this is a good spot for it. It works, which is cool. I just need to get a minecart with a chest, which I do not have enough of anything for. But this will work fine. So I think before we end today, because it's already been a while, I think what I want to do is just sort of start to mock up a building around this. See if we can't get a pallet that I like. I think what we're going to do is, for the warehouse, we're going to use a bit more spruce than anything else, but probably a lot of like stone brick and probably a lot of stone brick and spruce for the warehouse, just to give it a really different vibe. But we're going to try and mix in some of the orange as well, maybe. I don't know. We're going to try and get a little building up though. But yeah, we've got this that works. It can go over the rest of it as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to use for fuel yet. My mind jumps to the kelp. And that's part of the reason we're next to this ocean. But I don't really know how to farm it yet. And it's a little... I think you need quite a lot of it to get to a place where it works as a fuel source. Because you have to smelt it into dried kelp, and then 9 dried kelp make 1 block, which I think smelts 20. So you're kind of coming out slightly ahead. I'm not sure how to farm this. I think you have to have quite a large farm before it really works as a fuel source. So I don't know. It might take some experimenting. It might be something that's really easy to do. I also don't have Depth Strider, which I feel like would be super nice. But yeah, we're going to try mocking up a little bit of a building and see where we go. All right. So, is not very good. Is not very good. I think I've noticed something that I really don't like, which is that 1 block. I was sort of thinking we'd have these like beams going across it, because I was picturing sort of a lot of these structures have sort of these big beams that go across. So I was thinking we'd have like big beams that go across, and then I thought the cobble would tie together with some of the other builds, which it kind of does. I don't mind the cobble. The stone brick windows, I'm not huge on. I think part of the reason is that they'd probably not be windows, right? Like some of these would probably be like open. Like they'd be almost like garages, I think. Maybe. But the stone brick, I think, is okay. Stone brick is alright. Yeah, I think that already looks better. So then, I think one of the biggest things would just be cluttering this area up, because I think that's... Yeah, that already looks significantly better. I think just cluttering the area is sort of what we'll end up doing. Also, planting these now creates podzol, which is fascinating. So, yeah, we might even do another one of these buildings sort of like right here and just really just get a bunch of stuff in the way. But I like the aesthetic. I like that it changed. You know, I like that it's a little bit different. I think we might have to limit the amount of spruce we actually use in this area. Like, this might be one of the only builds that uses it. Maybe one sort of farther off. I just think switching too drastically would just be a little bit too much. I also think we might bring the sand across and bring the grass, like cut the grass sort of here and then bring sand across this direction. Might be a little bit better. I also kind of want to rough up the sand. Maybe some gravel patches, maybe some like sandstone and stuff, just because I think it's a little bit too pure looking, if that makes sense. That's probably what we'll do next time, is work on this area as a whole. But I'm out of time for today. We've got a working furnace array. I'm still not sure what we're going to do with the kelp. At some point, we're going to try and make some sort of kelp farm. It just takes a lot of fuel to actually get to a kelp block, I think, is what I'm sort of at. Well, let's do this right now. So I had a few stacks of kelp. I used, I think I was at 19 kelp blocks. So I used 15 kelp blocks. We got 32 back. So you're basically doubling what you have, but you need a lot of kelp to start with. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be worth it. I'm still. We'll try something eventually. But yeah, I like this area. I kind of also think it might be cool to use sort of like mine carts and stuff to make it look like we're transporting stuff to and from. Maybe even some of them could be useful. So it'll be interesting. This aesthetic I'm looking forward to playing with a little bit more. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in those comments down below of the wall, of this, of anything in between. Do you guys think I can just shift sort of... I don't know. Do you guys think it might be more worthwhile to just continue this aesthetic straight across, or is switching it up actually going to work? Because I'm not sure. I'm torn. Either way, let me know what you think of those comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, all that jazz. I will see you guys later. Ciao.